What's up, Aquarius? I've been in my Aquarius vibes all day. I got my Aquarius freckles. I got my Aquarius water-bearing makeup in blue. I got my hair all weird. Ew. Anyway, welcome to your April 2018 reading. My name is Camille. We're going to tuck this aside, making fun of me, judging me. There we go. And we're going to talk about what's going on in April, but first I wanted to talk about my personal readings. Yes, I'm still doing them, but instead of them being $5, I had moved them up to $10 just to value my work more. It's a lot of energy, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort. I get a lot of requests, and so I thought it was time to just move up to $10. $10 still being remarkably inexpensive in comparison to what a lot of other people on YouTube are charging for a very in-depth and well-rounded video having to do with your specific situation. I still think it's a steal. So that's okay. I need to value myself more. It's Aries season. We're here making entrepreneurial changes. It's all okay. So without further ado, back to you. Beep, borp, boop, boop, Aquarius, and see what is coming up with you in April. Speaking with my air self and my Aquarian sun self, Aquarian Venus self, I know for a lot of us, Pisces season was difficult. Whether or not you blamed it on Pisces season is up to you. But when we do water and air together, it's very hard. It's a lot of head and heart. It's a lot of Aquarians trying to get through things logically, trying to rationalize their emotions, and instead Pisces asking you to instead feel the emotions, which is like, please, no. Get that away from me. So if that has been happening for you, just know that Aries is going to bring an upswell of peace and of optimism and of joy moving into Taurus season, which is going to ground that joy for you. So it's a lovely couple of few months happening astrologically anyway for us, but my condolences, thoughts, and prayers for that Pisces season, because it was a mess. Okay? So I'm going to go within and see what's coming up, shuffle this a few more times. Aquarius, April 2018. One more time. Yeah, that feels good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we have setting off the reading recent past that makes sense for you, the Four of Wands, and then we have presently the Five of Pentacles, and then we move into the Queen of Pentacles. So this is almost a little bit opposite of what I just said astrologically, but it's fine because, well, actually it's not the opposite, it's kind of literally what I said, but it's fine because everyone deals with things differently depending on what's going on, and the tarot speaks to a more generalized experience into ways, but you know how we moved out of a hard Pisces season into a more enjoyable Aries. This card, this sees you rather moving out of a more enjoyable time into a more, what's going on time, and it has to do with your relationships with other people. That's coming in strong. So, Four of Wands speaking to union with someone else, and it's quite literally a marriage, right? We have the awning, we have the four pillars of something that was once balanced, we have two people, genderless, who cares, doesn't matter in this day and age, but they were together and they were happy and they were starting something together, and they were also balanced together, because the four pillars of something, we think of four corners of a house, we think of four wheels on a car. This is something that was balanced, and when you're balanced you can move, when you're balanced you can build, and when you're balanced you can have shelter. And then we move instead into the Five of Pentacles, off balance. We're throwing another thing in there. We're throwing a situation in there. We're throwing, being a third wheel or a fifth wheel, that uncomfortable awkwardness. That's what's happening now. And I don't see it being devastating. I don't see it being something that's, I just see it being rather a little bit awkward, as Aquarians are. Uranus, Saturn type people, a little bit awkward, and then trying to deal with that awkwardness by putting in place, we're very rational, logical people, so by putting in place some type of reason behind it, or putting in some type of logic behind it, and there may not be at this time. The Five of Pentacles speaking to you, how you deal with things with other people. It could be you going through a rough time with another person, or it could be you going through a rough time with, I said that already, with another person. You guys are going through a rough time together, or the reason you guys are going through a rough time is because you guys are at odds, is what I meant. And the Five of Pentacles, Pentacles in general, has to do with the ins and outs of life, the trivialities of life, the money, the health, the finances, the work. It could be all be thrown for a wrench. And here we have wands, which rather represent movement, upward mobility, travel, passion, and drive. And then that kind of being drowned out here by these pentacles, these more serious issues, especially the Five of Pentacles. So what this sees is not a complete, if you're in a relationship, it does not see the relationship ending. If you're working with someone in your family, if you're working with someone in the work sphere, or you're just starting a new friendship, anything that has to do with another person, it started kind of good. It started like promising, especially if you guys were working together. Pentacles having to do with money and the things that we build on earth in order to give us, sustenance and structure and finances and all that. So it started out good, and the Five of Pentacles sees like a monkey wrench being thrown in on it. And who were once here with our 4 upright wands, now we're here and we're using the wands as crutches, and we're going through the snowy time together. This is a dark time of the soul together. So pay attention to your partnerships this month, Aquarius. If there's anything that has not been spoken that needs to be spoken, say it. If there's anything that needs to be done that has not been done, do it. If you are kind of working with someone right now and it's awkward and things aren't being said and there's tension, you need to dispel it. This has been a common theme for all the signs. Most of the signs, as being there's something awkward or upsetting, tense going on, and instead of looking it in the eye, we tend to just want to like rush through it or not look at it at all, and we want to ignore it and hope that it'll fix itself in the end. But what I'm really getting, especially because we're moving off the energy of being more action-oriented with a wand into the slower, more fixed energy of the earth, is that it needs to be something that is spoken about, or else you'll build upon it and it won't be something sustainable over time. So does that make sense? I hope it does. Pentacles also speaks to things going on in your finances, speaks to things going on in your health, speaks to things going on in your physical domicile. But as it relates to someone else, we're talking about roommate issues. We're talking about things that are left unsaid between you and your family if you're living together with them. We're talking about someone who's handling your finances. Tax season is coming up. Pay special attention to your W-2s and pay attention to who's doing your money stuff with you. Not to say that it's going to be a bad time, but just to say that it's going to be, there's going to be a conversation that needs to be had, and coming off, this, hey, happy, joy, I'm in good relationship with other people, moving into, wait, maybe I'm not, and there's something that needs to be said, and there's something that someone's doing to me, or all this stuff. You need to really pay attention to your relationships. And because this reading is balanced rather by 2 very optimistic, sunny, sunshiny cards, this Five of Pentacles lessens its impact to me, and it speaks more to like things are going well off of Pisces season. We do have this new fervor with Aries season. This could represent very much when Aries season started. The 4 representing 4, which is the Emperor, which is the major arcana of Aries. A lot of indications of Aries. Aries being a fire sign, wands being fire. Like things were good. But it's not just like, okay, things are good, the bad stuff is over, okay, bye. No, it's like there's still something that needs to be tended to. There's still things that have been left untied. There's still corners that are dots that need to be, oh my god, I's that need to be dotted and T's that need to be crossed. And it has to do with your relationship with others, or it could be a more inward thing about your relationship to yourself. You need to get clear about why you went through the darkness. You need to get clear about what was upsetting about it. If we're talking about the thing happening in the past, or if it's happening currently, you don't want to bring that shadow side up into what will be a very fortunate next couple of months. We want to really look at it in the eye. If it has to do with another person, which I think it does, if you broke up with somebody, for example, and you don't want to talk to them because you didn't get good clarity or you didn't end on a good note, this could be a good time to go within and write them a letter, meditate on them, all that stuff. So if you're dealing with tension with someone else, either who is active in your life or who is not active, take the steps to really wrap it up and throw it away and leave it in Pisces season, because that's probably where the emotions came up for you in February and March and a little bit in January. And we want to keep this energy going and not have to belabor this any longer. And then we move into the Queen of Pentacles, which is what I spoke about grounding the fire with earth, about grounding the joy with earth, about grounding what we what we achieve in Aries season and the optimism that we achieve in Aries season, and grounding down on it in Taurus season, which is a solid earth fixed. And it also sees our emotions leveling out. Solid earth fixed. Moon is exalted in Taurus. So then we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is staring lovely at her pentacles. This is speaking to being in a place of contentment with your personal surroundings, where here your pentacles may have been thrown out of whack because of emotional issues that are being dredged up, or things that you're ignoring, or tension that we're ignoring. The Queen of Pentacles sees that being thrown back into balance. And she's staring lovingly at what she's been able to achieve with her pentacles. This is your home life returning to harmony. This is your finances returning to harmony. This is your health, your luck, your job stuff returning back to harmony after something has been addressed, either explicitly or internally with our own spiritual self, with our own spiritual world. It also sees you kind of bathing in the luxury of what it is that you've been able to achieve. This has been a common theme as well as we move into luxurious Taurus season towards the end of next month. No, the end of this month, rather, April. Happy birthday if you have any Taurus placements. Wait, why would you have Taurus placements if you're an Aquarius? That was dumb. Anyway, I have a Taurus placement. I'm an Aquarius, but it wouldn't be your birthday, is what I'm saying. But it sees us moving into a more time where we can luxuriate and we can enjoy the good things now. And we can, because we wrap things up emotionally, because we actually tended to our hurts, to our pains, to our issues with other people, we can now enjoy life more, which is what the Queen of Pentacles is doing. So the moral of the story for you, Aquarius, is that this new happiness, this new joy, this new optimism is not fake. It's not a false start. It's something that belongs to you. You have gotten through the rough patches, and it's been very hard, and it's very real now that it's over. But to the extent that you may have things left lingering, closure that needs to happen, tension, you know, like when we deal with one big thing, we think we're over it, as a few other small things may crop up, and because they're small, we don't think they deserve our attention, but they can still erode at our peace of mind over time. So if that's happening, any tensions with other people, it could be the same person you started off so well with here, we need to address it, you know, both inwardly or externally. And just, if you're going through a hard time as well, the way that the Five of Pentacles can be read is that you're going through it with someone else who has your back, and you will make it through. You will make it back to the Queen of Pentacles, which sees this joy being more grounded down, being more lasting, being more solid, moving from the Four all the way up into the Queen, having authority and having agency over your experience, over your earthly incarnation, over your abundance, over your material possessions, over your self-esteem and self-worth. That is what is coming out to you in April, but do make sure to not leave anything left untouched. Do not make sure not to leave anything lingering. Just continue to linger in the background because it could threaten you in the future. So deal with any trouble, deal with any awkwardness, deal with any tension you have to deal with now in April or in the beginning of April, and know that this is what awaits you in the end. So, Aquarius, this has been my reading for you. Super weird. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope it was able to give you any peace, any clarity. Of course, if you need more on what's going on with you specifically, then do reach out for me for a personal reading where my hair will not be like this. But if not, until then, I will see you in May. Have a great April. Do not fight the things that are not working. Make them work for you. Look them in the eye. Deal with it, deal with it, deal with it. And the future is all yours.